Hello my beautiful sunny friends, it is Ashley and thank you for coming back to my channel, Bursts of Sunshine. Today we're going to be making this cute little heart shaped pinata. You can use it for a pinata, you can use it from decor, whatever you want. So let's do this. You're going to need a template. I just took a picture of a heart, some scissors, I used some rolled streamer, not this tissue paper, tape, and some cereal boxes. I'm going to start by breaking down my cereal boxes so they're flat. And I did this for all of them, and I chose cereal boxes because if this is actually a pinata you want to use to fill with candy and bust, you don't want to be too hardcore, because if you make it out of full-on cardboard, you will not get it busted. So I laid out my template onto one of the opened boxes and I traced it out. Now I'm going to take some scissors and I'm just going to cut this out. This is just going to be the front of my pinata. I'm going to trim off all these little flimsy pieces, and I'm going to use the template to see what part I didn't get, because this wasn't quite a big enough box to get the whole template. So I just kind of pieced it together using another box, and I cut it out and I just attached it with some Scotch tape. So I'm going to repeat this process to make a heart twice. This is the front and back of our pinata. And now it's time to work on the sides. With our scrap cardboard, a ruler, a pencil, and some scissors, I'm going to make some strips that are 2.5 inches wide. I'm just going to go down the line with my ruler and measure out that they're straight and 2.5 inches. And I'm going to make these little lines, and then I'm going to cut them all out into little strips, just as many as you think it'll take to go all the way around your heart. You can make them as thick or thin as you want them. I just thought 2.5 inches looked like a pretty good width, so that's just kind of what I went with. And it doesn't matter the length, because you might need to trim some down to make them fit anyways. So I took these and I rolled them all up just so they kind of get a little natural curve to them, because a heart does have a curve and it keeps them from being too straight when I'm trying to make the shape of my heart. So I'm going to push those aside and I'm going to pull out my face. And I'm going to take one of my edges here and I'm just going to start going around the shape of the heart with my little pieces of cardboard, my little strips, standing them all up and securing them with some Scotch tape. I probably wouldn't use too much tape. This one I actually used way too much tape, and like legit adults were hitting this and could not get it busted. Like it was some hardcore pinata action going on. So really you don't need a lot of Scotch tape. I just wanted to make sure there was enough on it to secure it. If you're going to fill it with candy, you might need to put a little more just so it doesn't fall apart when you fill it up. But I wouldn't put too much. So I just went around the whole pinata, of course, just taping up all of my little walls. Before I get finished, I'm going to put my string in the middle of the top. I actually didn't get to record this part, but I just took the string and I tied it into a knot and I put it in the center of the top of it, and then I secured it with black tape. That's something you want secured hardcore. So now I'm going to take my top to my pinata and I'm just going to secure it on with some Scotch tape going all the way around and just making sure it's attached pretty well. And that is the structure of the pinata. I'm using some black tape to kind of secure the top because you don't want the top to fall apart. Now with some streamer, I'm just going to cut off a piece in the color of your choice. I'm doing kind of a half and half, and I'm going to roll this up into like a little, I don't know how to explain this, like a log. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut halfway up the streamer all the way down the length of it. The reason I folded it up is so I don't have to sit and like cut 1,000 times. Now unfold it, and there we have our streamer for our pinata. If you're doing a half and half like I am, you need to draw a line down the center, but if you're not, you can skip that step. That's just so I know where the half mark is. And I'm going to cut little pieces of my streamer to fit on the width of the side of my pinata, and I'm going to use that piece to cut a bunch of other pieces to fit until it covers the entire side of the pinata. Again, I'm doing one side in blue and one side in pink, but if yours is one solid color, just make enough of these to go around your entire pinata. And then with just a piece of Scotch tape, I start layering these on, starting from the bottom and working my way up. I did kind of try to keep these close together. I wouldn't let space them out too much because you don't want to be able to see the cardboard underneath. So I kept them pretty close together. When it comes to the top, I took an X-Acto knife and I cut a little hole to put some streamer in, because this is actually going to be a gender reveal for a party for a friend of mine. But you can fill these with candy or anything. And then I just kind of went around the hole with the streamer just so you could kind of hide it. You don't want just a big gaping hole in the top. So now moving to the front of it, I did the same exact thing I did for the sides. I kind of just measured how long of pieces I needed, only I measured them as I went, and then I just secured them down with some Scotch tape, layering from the bottom up. For the top piece, I did fold it in half and then cut little tiny mini looking streamers on the top of it, and I secured it with some rolled up tape on the bottom. I've done this to cover the entire pinata, and that is all you have to do, and you have this great pinata, and you can make it any shape or color or size you want. It is completely customizable. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Million different places